Resume, tailored to your job search. Part 3. Part 3 of this presentation will focus on the sections of your resume. Building on the example shown in Part 2 of this module, we will look at a combination style resume, each of the suggested sections, some general tips, and examples for each part. The first part of your resume is the header. Setting up your header does allow for some creativity in terms of font and styling. Just ensure that you are using a header that will be consistent on all three of your documents. This includes your resume, cover letter, and reference list. Ensure that you have the following information: your name, address, phone number, and email address. When referencing a phone number, use a cell phone if this is your primary contact number. Just ensure that you have a professional voicemail. There have been instances in the past where a student was originally selected for an interview until the employer attempted to contact them and heard an inappropriate voicemail message. When referencing a home phone number, ensure that you let either your family or roommates know that you are job seeking and could be receiving calls from employers. If they are not reliable in providing you with messages, then don't leave this number as your contact. When referencing an email, choose to use either your student email or a professional personal email. The objective statement or summary statement. As discussed in Part 2 of this module, ensure your statement is clear and focused. This is your opportunity to grab the reader's attention and should clearly indicate the focus for your job search and why you are a good fit. For example, professionally trained market and social researcher with strong technical and analytical skills, organized, and program evaluation research. This type of approach sets the tone for the rest of your resume with the expectation that the information presented throughout your document would reflect back to your objective statement. The next recommended section is a profile or highlights of qualification. This section would include 5 to 7 bullet points to highlight some of the key skills and abilities. Remember to use each job posting as a guide. Most employers are very clear on the posting, referencing the type of individual they are looking for. This should be a blend of some hard skills and soft skills, and again, ensuring that the points are related to your objective. Looking at a blend of skills you can present in this section. A hard skill is task-specific, hands-on, and observable. For example, operating a specific type of vehicle or possessing a certain class of license, utilizing a variety of measuring devices and equipment, or technically specific computer software to complete a task. A soft skill, on the other hand, is a personal attribute or distinguishing characteristic that may set you apart from other candidates. For example, being organized, customer-focused, and detail-oriented. You may want to ensure that the skills you are focusing in are transferable, meaning that the things that you know how to do or have experienced could be applied to another workplace, most specifically the workplace you are applying to. If we put these first 3 sections together, it could read something like this. Note that the header is a little more creative than the one that we looked at in the earlier slide, however, all the same information is presented. The summary statement reads as: technically trained electrical engineering technologist, focused, hardworking, strong technical and analytical skills. Now the reader has already started to develop a picture of the type of individual you are. This is then followed by the profile, focusing on completed 4 semesters of the electrical engineering technology program at Georgian College, proficient troubleshooting electrical problems and electrical equipment, skilled at writing clearly, concisely, and with correct grammar, demonstrated teamworking abilities committed to contributing to a cooperative team environment, and valid G driver's license with a clean driver's abstract. We would assume that these points presented are a reflection of what the employer has requested in their posting. The next recommended section is education. Ensure you include the institution name and program and the highest level completed. For college-university programs, list key courses you've completed or any additional project information. For example, A student in the Electrical Engineering Technology program would highlight their program, the length of time they've been a student, and the school, and then other key information. For example, if you're on the Dean's List, you'd want to highlight this for an employer, key courses that you think are most reflective of the position you're applying to, and any additional information. This student, for example, has been a peer tutor, providing support and tutoring for fellow and classmates in AutoCAD and mathematic disciplines. Also, an idea is to highlight your high school education, specifically if you received any awards or completed any specific high school courses that relate to your focus. The next section is relevant skills. This can also be referenced as a technical skills summary, or any other header that you feel accurately represents the information you've presented. This is the most important section on your resume. This section will allow you to bring together a summary of all your skill sets that specifically relate to the position you're applying to. You can pull together skills and knowledge you have gained through your program, including theory-based information, hands-on lab experience, and also experiences that you've acquired through work or personal activities. You will want to ensure that the information you are presenting is tailored to each job you're applying to. One strategy is to organize or categorize your skills into distinct sections, research the skills the employer is going to be looking for, and pull skills from your work, education, volunteer, and personal experiences. Putting together this type of summary can be a challenge. You need to ensure you provide enough detail in this section so that the employer can determine that you have the knowledge and skill sets they are looking for. Speak to your co-op consultant for assistance in developing this section. For example, you may subcategorize your skills or have in one block header. You want to highlight any technical skills related to your program. This can be displayed in subsections, and you can pull from skills you've achieved in your academics, labs, learning outcomes for the program, or work experience. The next section is your employment experience. You want to ensure that you highlight relevant experiences, have the proper spelling of the company name and job title, and highlight the time you work for the company. Depending on your experience and background, you may want to customize this section to focus on relevant experience. Talk to your co-op consultant for ideas on how best to present your employment history. In this example, the student has highlighted position title, length of time with each employer, and the company name. Depending on their job search focus, if a position was related to what they're looking for, an idea would be to include a few bullet points that reference what they achieved at each position. At this point, we've looked at all the recommended sections of a resume. Some additional headings could include volunteer experience, certificates or license, interests or hobbies, memberships and associations, or professional development. Consider all of these options and what could potentially be of interest to an employer. Now that we've looked at all the sections of the resume, let's review again the sample resume posted in Part 2 of this module. This is a combination style resume, and again, the best resume that we recommend for students seeking a co-op opportunity. This resume has a clear focus through the objective, a profile of soft skills and hard skills, details about education, a skills and abilities section focusing on the technical abilities the student has to offer an employer, highlighting related experience, additional work experience, and includes other sections including volunteer experience, interest in activities, and references. Once you've completed all the presentations, click on the assignment to complete this module.